Hello again. Welcome back to the Home Stitchery Decor YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jolene. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I sell modern farmhouse home decor, a lot of which I make right here in my basement. And I teach how to make this stuff, and then I teach the business stuff as well here on my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to cover a JellyRoll rug, although I'm not sure how they call this a JellyRoll legally, because JellyRoll, the trademark, is actually owned by Moda. And this one I got off of Amazon. So this is my first try with Amazon fabric, and I thought some of you might want to see if this works out as well before you purchase the fabric. So I have no idea how this is going to work out, so we're just going to wing it. I'll put all the links in the video description and the first comment for all the tools and supplies that I use. I'm an affiliate for all of the products, so if you purchase things through a link, of course, I earn a small commission, and that is how we can support the channel to grow and have fun things going on the channel. Now, if you've been here for a while, you know that I always like to do fun things, and this video will be no different, so please stay tuned. In the video at some point, I'm going to show you what we're going to do for fun, and trust me, you're going to want it. So if you don't have it, you're going to want it, and you play along and you could win it. Okay, so the first thing we need is a jelly roll, and the second thing we need is batting. Now, I don't have a pre-purchased roll of batting, but you can purchase them on Amazon. I had been cutting my own batting for years, but recently I've discovered that it's actually going to be cheaper for me because of my commercial accounts to purchase the batting pre-cut. And you really only save a few dollars anyway. So I'm highly recommending getting the pre-cut batting. I'll have a picture here for you guys to see what it looks like. And then the link will be in the video description as well. So I'm just finishing up. I have 3 bags left of this batting that I actually brought back from one of my employees' houses, somebody that I had to let go. And so I'm going to use that up. So that will get used in this video. You're going to need a basket or a laundry basket of some sort to put your fabric strips in when you're sewing, so they don't get all jumbled up. And you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need this thing, which is called that purple thing. This is going to help you out at the end of the rug. And you're going to need this, which is called a Clover Tube Maker, and it looks super weird, but it comes like this. And it's a game changer if you're making these rugs. You're also going to need thread. I use a 40 weight polyester thread always, and I use 116 jeans needle. Although I have heard that the purple tip needle, which will also be in the links, is a better choice for some people for a needle. And I haven't ordered any of those yet. I still have the 116 jeans needle, so that's what I'm using to sew mine. So there's 3 ways that you can get, 3 ways or 2 ways you can get jelly roll strips. You can get jelly rolls. You can buy them anywhere. These, like I said, were from Amazon. I have another video that I just made last week with the 10 places I would recommend getting jelly rolls. So here's the video card for that. And go ahead and watch that video at the end if you want to go ahead and do that. And otherwise, you can cut them. And if you're cutting your own strips, you can cut them manually on a mat and cut them 2.5 inches width of fabric. I never recommend cutting them on the bias because they can stretch, and that's going to make the rug harder to sew. So always just do a straight cut with the fabric, or you could use an AccuQuilt cutting machine, and I will have a link in the description for that. The AccuQuilt machines look like this. I use the studio version, but there's home versions of these as well. They are a bit pricey, but they do work like a charm, and they have like a multitude of dies. And essentially, AccuQuilt is what's got me to have my business as big as I have it now, just because I can simply cut accurately and very quickly projects out with their die system. So if you're interested in making, projects, or you've got some arthritis where you need to, cut more efficiently, AccuQuilt is definitely the way to go. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and we're going to see. I only ordered one of these. I know that they're still on Amazon. This one is called, let me get my glasses. Always need my glasses. It's by Tiny Spool and Co. They've got cottage core on it, and it's 100% quilt quality cotton fabrics, 40 strips, 2.5 inches by 44 inches. So let's just have a look-see. And if I do like this color and I do like the quality of the fabric, I will of course order more. And all my rugs are for sale on my website. I ship to Canada and the United States. Okay, so these are the colors that have come in it. They're greens and I guess burgundies. And then it goes to some salmons in with the burgundies, salmons in with the greens. There's some French toile here. Oh, this is nice, actually. I like that one. And then back to the darker greens. So for the simplicity of this video, I am just going to sew the rug as it's come out of this wool. I'm not going to mix it up. So oftentimes I will spread out my jelly rolls because I buy them, you know, in bulk, and then I mix up the colors for how I want them to appear in the rug. But for this tutorial, I'm simply going to sew this as is. So let's get started with the video, and I'm going to show you how to connect the strips. My fabric lined up here just the way I'm going to sew it off the roll. So I'm going to start with this light color and then move my way up to the darks. This is the easiest thing you're going to do. So I just have my machine set on a straight stitch. I have my length at 4. I have my width set at 0. My tension is at 4.5, and my needle is in the middle position. So just grab your first color here. And what we're going to do is we're going to lay it down with the correct side of the fabric facing up, and it's going to go side to side on your machine. Now grab your next piece of fabric, and you're going to put it right side down on the fabric that is down already. And instead of going side to side, you're going to go top to bottom through the machine. So just lay it down like this. And now we're going to pivot so it's on an angle, and you're going to sew from this corner to this corner with the selvage up at the top. The selvage ends are off. This is a pro tip for you guys. This is going to help you out on the next step. Whenever I'm doing this, starting this, I always go back a couple of stitches, and then when I get to the end of it, I'm also going to go back a couple of stitches. This is going to help you when you're making the tube, because when you start pulling on this fabric, if you don't have a little stay stitch here, sometimes this fabric will come undone from the stitches, 2 or 3 stitches, and that's going to make it hard when you're sewing the tube. So if you just take that one little extra step, this machine makes it super easy because the reverse is right here. This is going to save you crying later on or tearing things apart. Okay, so let's do this super quick. We'll do this a few times. So the fabric now is face up. The next piece of fabric is face down, going top to bottom. And what we're going to do is from the edge to the next edge. I like mitering them. You could just do them end to end if you wanted to, but I like the look of having it mitered much better. So this is how I'm going to do it. So side to side, top to bottom, right sides together, twist it so it's on an angle, couple of stitches at the front, couple of stitches at the bottom, and off we go to the races. That's how you're going to do it for the next 40 strips. All right, so we have our basket. Then I like to have a bowl for scraps. And what we need to do is just cut off the little selvage edge of the last one that we sewed. And now we're going to work our way back. So the darkest color is going to go into the basket first, and then we're going to start our rug with the lightest color. So what we need to do is snip where the thread was still attached, and then trim off this triangle. I just do it with a pair of scissors. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now for the fun part. We've got our Clover Tube Maker, and it's going to do this. So what we need to do is lay our piece of fabric down flat, and then I'll try to get a good view here for you guys. Lay it down flat like this. Now we get our batting, which is coming from a hamper underneath my desk, a very large hamper. Okay, so we're going to lay our fabric down just like this. And now we're going to just line it up so the batting's in the center of this. This is how we're going to get it started. And we're going to fold the fabric in half like this, and we're going to fold the fabric in half like this. So we've got a little tube going on, kind of looks like this. Now, grab the largest part of your tool. This actually has two parts, and you're just going to slide the fabric through here. And as you pull, you'll see the fabric starts to fold itself. It's important to try to keep this end feeding in rather center. Now take the next part and slide it in on top of the batting and push it all the way to the front until it clicks. It can be a little tight. And then as you pull, you'll see the fabric starts to come through. Now we're going to do the same thing on the next part. We're going to fold it in half again. So now we've got a tube that looks like this. We're going to grab our tube maker and make sure that this cutout part is facing up, not the flat bottom part. And we're going to slide it through the next part. And we're going to grab the tool, the next part of the tool again, and it's the same process as before. So the rectangular part goes up, the flat part goes to the bottom, and you're just going to push it onto the fabric until it clicks. Now when we pull this one, it will be folded in half again. And when we pull this one, it will be folded in half the first time. Really easy tool to use. Highly recommend. Game changer for JellyRoll rugs. Great, you guys. You're doing so well. Now what we need to do is sew the tube. So essentially, I just sew a straight line on the edge of the tube. I pull my first part of the tube maker down. Then I pull the second part down, but not too far. Give it a little twist and then sew. And you're going to do this the whole length of the rug. So the 40 strips I have is the length of the rug that I'm going to make today. So pull down, and twist. A good tip here is to make sure that you've got the batting and the fabric lined up, and then hold on to it with your thumb before you give it a pull. So it's not twisting one way or the other within the tube maker. And if it does, and it gets twisted way out of hand like it did on me the first few times I used it, don't be scared. Just take this apart, reline up your fabric, and then off you go again. You can always pull this way down out of the way if you've got a little bit of a wiggle up here that you need to fix. So go ahead and get sewing your strips for your JellyRoll rug. Okay, you guys, as you can see, we are about 2/3 of the way of sewing the strip of the rug. I'm just an hour into it, so we'll be done pretty quick, actually. And in today's video, I wanted to talk to you about the fun thing that we're going to do. And actually, we're going to do two fun things. So when I started my business, I was always told I needed to have mix and match products. And a lot of my products are bought as gifts. So I went ahead and made my own card designs, and I have them in an Etsy store, which I don't talk about here a lot, but the designs are there and they're available for purchase. You'll need a Cricut or a Silhouette machine to use them. But it's coming up to Mother's Day, so I thought, why don't I put my cards on sale just for my YouTube viewers? So with the code MOM2025, I'll have the Etsy store linked in the video description for you guys, so you can just click on the link and go over there. And at checkout, use MOM2025, and you can download these card designs. And I have 3 that are just for moms. So what happens with my cards is the cardstock is cut out, and then the glitter cardstock is cut out separately, and you insert it. and there's mom with a heart in it. There's mother for those who prefer mother, and there's mom with a double heart in it. So like I said, the store will be linked in the video description for you guys. Okay, the second fun thing we're going to do, and we've been doing this a lot here on this channel. There's a couple of videos still up that don't have enough comments yet to trigger this. So go ahead and look through those videos so you can get going on that. But I have given away one prize already. So how it works is, first of all, the disclaimer: YouTube isn't involved in anything. They don't promote anything. They are not affiliated with it. They don't pay me to do it. They're not going to police it. There will be a link to the video community guidelines both in the first comment and in the description of the video as well. So how my giveaways work is I have a spin to win wheel, which I'll bring up on the screen now. The first comment, number one comment, will not count because that is me making my comment with all the links and everything that you guys need. And then the comments from 1 to 75 on this video will be entered to win a Clover Tube Maker. So what you need to do is leave a comment on the video, say something nice, say something helpful, leave your best tip or a question so I can make more videos. The more people that participate in the videos, the faster the videos grow and the more giveaways and everything I can do. So my aim is to be like the Mr. Beast / Canadian style of people that do fun things with sewing on YouTube. So that's what we're going to do. So the only way that can work is if you guys participate. Now, so the first comment, like I said, doesn't count. From 1 to 75, those comments will be have a number assigned to them from the first comment up to the last comment. So the first comment after mine will be comment number 1, and comment 75 will be the last comment that will be eligible for this. One comment per person. I have multiple videos where people are leaving multiple comments, and I do have to delete the multiple comment. Just so it's fair for everybody. Once the video has reached 75 comments, we spin the wheel, and you have to be okay with me contacting you and on a future video saying, hey, you know what, Susan Penelope won this thing, and you have to give me your address so I can send it to you. Now, there's no purchase necessary. You don't have to be subscribed to subscribed to the channel, but it helps because then you get notified when I put up new videos, and there's no cost to you whatsoever. I will mail this absolutely free of charge. You just have to be okay with me announcing it on YouTube and mailing you the prize. So that's how it's going to work. That's this is going to help you guys make these JellyRoll fabric strip rugs much quicker. So go ahead and enter, and let's get back to sewing. Okay, you guys, I just want to showcase this machine here. You can see how fast it's going and handling the batting and the fabric with ease. It's a Singer heavy duty. I have the one that has the metal parts in it. The link will be in the video description. Now we've got our rug, we've got our basket, and we're just going to start from where we ended with the dark green color and scoop this all down into our basket. I never roll my fabric into a ball. If you do, you will train it to be twisted because oftentimes you will leave it for a week or two and then you will not get a flat rug and you will be very angry that I didn't tell you that. So here's our lightest color, and that's where we're going to start the next step. Okay, for this part of the video, my zigzag is going to be on. My length is going to be set at 4. My width is going to be set at 6. My needle position is going to be set just to the right. My tension is still at 4.5, and I'm using a Schmetz 116 jeans needle. You can use the purple tip needle as well from Janome. Both are in my Amazon list of all of the necessary things that you need to make this rug. So I can't really show you exactly how to start the rug. So we're going to go in a few strips in just because the start of the rug is under copyright by the pattern maker, who is Roma Lamson. So we're going to get a few strips into it, but I'm basically going to, if you guys can sew the outside, you can sew the inside. It's really not that hard. You just have to go slow and squishy things. Okay, So I'll meet you back here in a. Okay, so to sew the rug, you want to have your folded side of the fabric into the flat side of the fabric. So when you first start the tube, make sure that the two ends have the folded side going into the edge here. Now, to get around the corner, you want everything laying flat. So in order to do that, all of this needs to go into the machine evenly. And you just give it some give. Now, there is a JellyRoll calculator on the market now. I believe it's available in the App Store. I will find a link for it and link it in the video description for you. But also remember when I told you guys that I always sew on the edge of the fabric? The reason I did that is so when I do my zigzag now, the fold of the fabric underneath will always get caught by the zigzag. So if I hadn't sewn this to the edge and I'd sewn it in the middle here, the zigzag wouldn't be wide enough to catch the fold. And everything sometimes looks okay on the top, but then when you flip it over, you've got all of this, you know, half folded fabric sticking out, and you have to go back and tack it down from the other end or from the other side. So that's why I do it this way. Now, I'm making rugs and selling them by the thousands, literally. So you do you. And, you know, there's a couple of really great Facebook groups where you can get some tips and stuff for this as well. I will link one in the video description for you guys. I'm not affiliated with the groups whatsoever. Every once in a blue moon, you'll see me comment something on there. But essentially, you can go and get some tips and use the JellyRoll calculator as well and buy the pattern if you need it. Okay, so you can see here, I've got a little bit of a curve that's gone in. And so I want to correct that. And the way I correct that is if it's curving in on this side, I need to just give this, not push this piece of fabric in so much. Don't push it in as much as you did before. So just line it up straight. And if you push it in more, you're going to make that curve even bigger, like a kidney shape even bigger. So just let it out a tiny little bit. And then if it's not even now on this other side, you could push this side in and have this other side come out a tiny little bit. So just a little bit of give with the fabric and all will be forgiven. You can see I've corrected it already. It's straight again. So just watch what you're doing. Go slow. You can do this. If I can do this, trust me, you can do this. Because I started out, I kid you not, guys, with tears and actual curse words. Okay, you guys, the only reason a rug will wave is if you are feeding one of these two sides in unevenly. So if you're going around the corner and it's not laying flat, you can squishy a little bit on the inside of this tube. So the outside of the tube will lay down flat, and then just make sure there's no tension on it and just give it a little bit of give so that it lays down flat. The only reason the rug will twist is if you've got one of these two pushing or pulling. It does help to have a flat table. I'm fortunate. I did get my table on Facebook Marketplace as a used table, but you can get a table on Amazon. The link is in the description, blah, blah, blah. But you can also, if you don't have the means to get a flat table, you could get some boxes from Uline, and they have some boxes that will be the exact height of your machine or very close to it. And then you could put some plastic, like a plastic tablecloth from the dollar store on top of your boxes. And that'll help your fabric stay flat and go around, and you'll get a flat rug. You won't have to iron. All right, we're coming up to the end of the rug. I've got 6 or 7 strips or so left of the green. And at this point, if your rug is getting too heavy, you can do a couple of things here. Make sure, first of all, that everything's still feeding in properly. I don't even know if I'll have to do it on this rug because this fabric is actually sewing up a lot better than I thought it would for Amazon fabric. But you can flip your rug this way to take a little bit of the weight off. Sew around the corner, flip this back down, and then flip this other end if you need to. Now, not all fabric sews as well as this. Admittedly, I am a little bit shocked that this is actually turning out as nice as it is for fabric that I got off of Amazon. I was kind of half expecting this to be a what not to do as far as Amazon fabric is concerned, but it's turning out pretty good. Are these my colors? No, but I know that somebody else is going to like these colors. So I always try to keep things in stock with lots of variety, both on my website and for when I do my large Christmas markets. So if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and check out my website. Make sure if you need a Mother's Day card to go check out my designs on my store. I'll put the link in the video description for you. And be sure to leave a comment so that you can be entered in the draw. One comment per person. There will be one winner of the Clover Tube Maker. And we're almost done here. So we'll see you at the end of the video. Okay, all, we've reached the end of the video, and this is where this that purple thing, which is what this tool is called, is going to come in super useful. It's got a little pointy curved edge on it, and it's also got this flat edge, and it is the perfect tool for sticking the last of the tube underneath the presser foot here. So it fits under just perfectly. Do not buy these. I don't recommend at a quilt store because you can get them like ridiculously inexpensive on Amazon, and the link is in the video description. Okay, so that's it. What do I think of this? Well, to me, it kind of looks like the colors are like the 80s have called and they would like their furniture back. But I know that somebody is going to really love this rug. It is not my color scheme at all, and that's okay. Go ahead and try this project. If you think this is fun, join in on the fun. We're going to build this channel to 1 million subscribers, and right now I'm at 4,500. So go us. We can do it. Let's go. See you in the next video. Bye.